Oh, we're up. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services virtual dog walk, live dog walk from the heart of Scotland, from the capital in Edinburgh. And look at this, look at this. Another phenomenal day in Scotland. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to come over here to the gorse. It should be this very vibrant yellow colour. I hope you can see that. I hope it's obvious, and it's starting to get this kind of like washed out, bleached, dried out effort on itself. It really has deteriorated in the course of the last week. As a result, where we are just now, just on the other side of this hill, if I just turn the camera around, just beyond this path over, in fact you can actually see it in between these two trees here, we've had, I'd like to say a wildfire. It's not a wildfire, it was arson. It's set deliberately by some kids, perhaps accidentally, but it was certainly set by human as opposed to being spontaneous. But the point I'm making is that this is also, the vegetation is so dry that it just takes the tiniest amount and it's going to go up. So we're going to be on our lookout for litter and for anyone loitering, doing things they shouldn't do. And I've got my squad, very vigilant but very well behaved puppies with me to help me out with the challenge. And what we're asking from you is to join us. Come along on our walk, come on this session, join in, and we'll hopefully have a little bit of fun together. I'll just introduce you to the team just as we go. So we've got Biscuit up ahead here, we've got Harris next in line. Down here on the left we've got Charlie, oh here Charlie, and then Edith. We've got Barney and Juno, and always by my side we've got Nell and Ruby on the long line, getting her nose into everything that she can. We actually had a bit of an issue yesterday with Harris. Hey buddy, I know, are you alright? Yeah. Let's see you, let's see you. I know. So I'll just pan the camera back around for a second or two. Harris yesterday had an issue with his eyes. It was really, what's the word I'm looking for? It was really irritating his eyes, and as a result he took himself away from the group and back to the van. And since I found this out, that he's had a problem with his eyes, I didn't know he had a problem with his eyes, he just took himself back to the van. I was pretty worried about him, and of course I didn't actually know he was necessarily going back to the van. Oh Charlie, sorry, he loves being chased. He absolutely loves it, and he knows that if he grumbles like that he can get a chase more often than not. Charlie, come on. Good puppies, good puppies. Yeah, that's something you've taught yourself, buddy. What was I saying? Yeah, so I didn't know he had a problem with his eye. He took himself back to the van yesterday, around about this time of the day. And we're pretty worried about him. So we didn't go live yesterday. Apologies to anyone who is tuning in regularly to us and would like to see us on a daily basis. But the welfare of the dogs came first, and unfortunately we did have a situation which wasn't so great. However, some eye ointment and he seems as good as new today. He's really a different dog, and you can tell that almost from the minute he got out the van, which is quite nice. Reassuring that there wasn't something more social that he was frustrated with or concerned about. It wasn't the dynamic of the dogs or the pack, and it wasn't something to do with me and the methods that we use. So that was good to know that a little bit of a tiny amount of eye ointment has just changed how he is. It's a great reminder to anyone watching that has dogs and is maybe you've experienced a really out of character behaviour from your pups, something that is really not like them at all. A great starting point is your vet, and get them to do the once over, because every single action is a communication, and he can't tell you that he has sore eyes, but thinking it through logically, he's taken himself back to the place where his eyes hurt the least, which was in the dark van, where the sunlight probably wasn't irritating it and the dust of all the dryness wasn't bothering it. And yeah, he's tried to just find something to self-soothe. Clever, very clever. But until you know what the problem is and work it back and realise that's the case. And of course I'm perhaps personifying it a bit too grandly as well. Maybe that just fits my narrative quite well. It might not be exactly the case, but certainly the difference between them from yesterday and today is night and day, which we're very happy about. So we've taken him down into the darker parts of the area, into the woods, and be a little bit less intense on his eyes, and a bit cooler also, which I imagine is probably a bit more helpful. At least for the next 10 minutes anyway. At least for the next 10 minutes. We've been joined by a resident crow. Hello, bud. How are you doing? You okay? There you go. Oh, you nearly got it. Go on. There you go. Good catch. Good catch. So yeah, so walk along with us. We've just got Harris here, going about his business. We will plonk the phone down in a second, just so I can pick this up. Bear with us. You guys looking at your phone? Come on, yeah. Okay. Here we go. We've been invaded. Hello, Trouble. This is not one of ours. Hello. How are we doing? You alright? Hey, bud. Happy puppy. I thought some of the dogs might be a wee bit more interested in that, but not necessarily. Right, let's get back on track. Let's regather the team. You okay, Edith? You okay? Bobby, hey bro, how we doing? Kathleen, welcome back, Harris. Yeah, I know, we're happy to have him back. Where's he gone? There he is. How are you, bud? You doing away? Good, good June bug. Good girl, sweetie. Well done. Right, Ribs, come on, sweetie. I know you want to go that way. You want to go where that other dog. Juno, no, this way. This is our way. Good puppy, good girl. You guys are all walking so great. This is not the easiest thing to do. I'm walking backwards, just making sure we're rounded up. And now, tally-ho. Tally-ho. Well, what is it? Wagons ho, is it? Maybe these are outdated references. Maybe I should shut up. Yeah, so it's good to have him back. It's good to see him his normal self. I don't like it when there's something that's not right with him, and especially if I don't realise what it is. I feel a little bit like we've let the owners down a little bit, but it's good to know that the professionals, the vet, has came to the rescue, saved the day. And the tiniest thing, just that I wouldn't have thought about, his eyes of all things. Important but tiny. Yeah, we're happy. We're happy. He's just so much more content. This is, honestly, yesterday he was, 30, 40, 50 metres away from the team and just in distress. So to see him nice and content is very good. Right, if you're watching along and you're not part of the team, remember and hit the subscribe button. We have about 1,250 subscribers at the moment, which is phenomenal. So many people tuning in to watch our little pups. And we go live every weekday around about the same time. If you can't make that, you can tune into the channel and watch the live streams back as part of a video on my channel, so you never need to miss out. And also we put up other content. What do we put up? Things like little short videos, little funny ones. There's a cracking one just now, a really good one of Biscuit is lying on the grass on the sun. Biscuit is one of the border terriers behind us here. Can I point him out? Here he is. That's Biscuit. He's just lying on the sun, enjoying himself. I'm filming him. I'm about 20 meters away from him. I film him. One of the crows lands behind him, pecks him on the bum. I've kind of spoiled it for you, but it's very, very funny. That's the whole thing. It's good to watch. And it's funny to watch his reaction of like just sitting there chilling out, almost asleep. He's that blissed out, and then picked on the bum. And other little funny things as well. So go and have a look at them if you so wish. Oh, do you know? An unnatural behaviour. Barking is natural, but that was, she's spooked. So we'll just watch this for a second. There's something that she's not enjoying. What is it, sweetie? None of the rest of the dogs are too bothered. But she's really upset. She's really upset. I tend to trust their instincts better than my own. So even though the rest of the guys are calm, she's not the type of dog to overreact for no reason. Sounds like there's some kids or something over there maybe. It's also a funny time for us here, so even though we're in Scotland and we've had our half term technically, hang on, there's a jogger coming. I'm just going to bring the dogs into the side. Do you know? Barney, in you come. Harris, watch out, buddy. Morning. Look at you guys, good. Good puppies. Good puppies. You did not flinch. Yeah, so even though... Morning. How are we doing?
We've got quite the crew.
We've got a good gang. We're busy. How are you doing yourself? You all right?
Thank you.
I'll try and just, we've not met before or too often before, so we'll just get past you. There we go. Great stuff, you too. There we go. I'm in the middle of like 4 different conversations here. So that dog, there's dogs down to the side. That's possibly what spooked Juno. She's actually not bothered about the dogs now. And yeah, and it's a weird time in Edinburgh because it's half term for the southern half of Britain, for the English schools, but also some of the schools in Edinburgh follow some of the English holidays. So we've already had all the kids off a couple of weeks ago, and now we've got them off again. Not all of them obviously, but a good portion. And so you've always got to have your wits about you with these guys, because they'll sniff out a barbecue or a picnic like nobody's business. And we have had that in the past. We've not had it, touch wood, we've not had it too recently, but it does happen from time to time. And I think it's an interesting one when we're all caught out. Just wait here, guys. When we're all caught out by the holidays that we're not expecting to see. So just got the dogs down at my side here for a second. There's a guy passing us. Good morning, how are we doing? Good. We've got a good bunch. They're quite well behaved for the most part. For the most part, at least.
They all know each other, presumably.
Yeah, they're very well bonded to each other. So we work very hard on that process.
One slightly antisocial one would make it a bit of a hand.
It definitely does change it. But I'll tell you an interesting thing if you've got 10 seconds. If there is one that's antisocial, so they between them determine what is acceptable and what's unacceptable. And if somebody's out of line, they will soon let that dog know, even if they're a bit of a bigger dog or a tougher dog. And so one of the ways that they can do it is they can just completely exclude it from any kind of social interaction, and that soon gets them really in line. No. I'm just pointing at them in general, but I just mean it collectively. If one of them steps out of line, they will collectively correct that behaviour.
The cold shoulder works very well.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Does that ever bring the naughty one into line?
Oh, absolutely. Within a walk or two. Within 2 or 3 walks, you'll see a different dog, and the owners are always a bit perplexed by it. But we tend to try and vet the dogs so that we don't have to have that level of conflict between the dogs. But it is a fascinating thing to watch.
Don't interview new arrivals.
Oh, we'll absolutely do that for sure. It's a big process. No, none of these guys are. No. That's right. That's right.
And how long do you take them out for?
These guys will be out for an hour, which is usually
And do you
enough.
go house to house to pick them up?
Yeah. Hopefully they won't flinch too much at this. Good morning. Good morning, sorry. Good puppy. Barney. Charlie. Thank you. Hi. We didn't need that. I know, we were startled. We were embarrassed.
Okay. Now I've got to play with
Right guys, nice chatting to you. We'll see you again. Enjoy your walk. Keep coming. Well, there we go. Nice little pleasant chat with those guys. We tend to try and just keep out of people's way, but we're obviously quite interested and intrigued by the pack and the puppies. We don't mind indulging people, especially if they're interested in the dogs, for sure. Hi Nick, how we doing? A long time no speak. Oh, your half term is next week. Oh, maybe I've got that wrong, but we've definitely got kids off for sure up here. So I wonder if there's maybe another wave or another tranche of holidays to come. I feel like one of these old people that say, God, the kids are never in school, you know. But yeah, it does genuinely feel like that when I'm having to share all this wonderful outdoor space with them and the owners. However, it wouldn't be the case. I'd have no gripes and no moans if it wasn't so beautiful. The fact it's like this is actually the problem, because people want to get outside and enjoy the great outdoors, as you would, right? And then they kind of stumble across us and go, oh, we were going to have a picnic here, but now there's 8 dogs. Oh, and there's another guy with 8 dogs, and there's another guy with 8 dogs. It's like, maybe this isn't the right place to have a picnic. So anyway, how are we all doing? No way, have you got rain? Well, there you go, Nick. This is just for you, my dear. That is just a shot for you. Right, as a final bit part of the puzzle, I'm about to take these guys up these steps back to the top of where that telephone mast thing is. There's 122 of these steps, and I know from experience that I will be out of puff after about 4, and it's not good content. So from the team and I, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you to anyone tuning in. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Don't let us pass you by on your page. We'll hopefully see each other again, but if not, if you subscribe, that is the best way to catch us, and come and join our wonderful community, because it's a lot of fun and we have a lot of interesting interactions with our dog community. So from me and the team, we're going to sign off. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll wait to take on these 122 steps. Wish me luck. Right guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.